Welcome everybody to the X Factor podcast here on this Wednesday afternoon. We are going to be getting right into it here, talking about Monday Night Raw and NXT since I did not get to Monday Night Raw reactions yesterday with my mock draft. But just a reminder, follow the TikTok X Factor Sports, X Factor Sports 420. No uppercase letters, and then the Twitter is X Factor MG 5654. The X and the MG are capitalized. So we're gonna get right into it here. Raw overall, I think was amazing. There were some great things that I seen from Raw. There was a lot of drama going into Monday Night Raw with the whole CM Punk issue. And about the CM Punk issue, it's nothing to really worry about. I think it was just him, squashing beef with some of the guys he's had there over the years. So I would not worry about it too much. Even though I am a huge CM Punk fan, and when I heard it, I went crazy. But after thinking about it, doesn't really need to talk about it much. So, it started off with Cody Rhodes promo. He's having his match with Brock Lesnar coming up at Backlash. Great way to keep going with the build here. Next week will be the go home show to Backlash. So Brock will be there. I'm hoping to see Cody Rhodes Brock showdown. But Cody Rhodes, pretty much he's gone through a lot of things. And the last time we were in Chicago, last time WWE was in Chicago, or Cody Rhodes at least, it was when he had his match when he torn the pec. And they were in Chicago Monday, so they had to relive all that stuff. And then Finn Balor came out. While in the Judgment Day, which I think he tried doing it after the Rumble too. And one thing I caught my eye was when Cody Rhodes had his journey to WrestleMania. It took about 3 months. And his start of his journey was after the Rumble when he faced Finn Balor. We're about 4 months away from SummerSlam, and he faced Finn Balor tonight in his first match after WrestleMania. So, maybe a coincidence there, I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do there. But, later on in the match, they had a match, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. But the first match of the card was LWO versus the Bloodline. Great to see not the same match this week with the Usos or Kevin and Sammy, because we'll be seeing them on Friday, or Riddle and Solo like we've been seeing on the last freaking 7 years, even though I love Solo and everything. Good thing they took a break off that. But the LWO versus the Bloodline, I thought it was a really good match. Bloodline, of course, bringing them all like they always do. LWO raising high with the LWO stuff. New theme song and everything. Love to see it. Bloodline ended up the win. LWO has yet to win a match since changing their name. It's kind of sad to see it, but it is what it is. I think later on down the road they'll have him win, but who knows. Let's see here. The Street Profits. There was supposed to be a match with, there was supposed to be, what's it called? A backstage segment with Piper Niven, Meechin, or with Candice LeRae. It got cut with the Street Profits and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, which I was not really, it was a really quick match. No need to have the match. And lately they have been ruining the women's division. I'm going to say it right now. I think they're ruining the women's division. Vince is single-handedly based off changing stuff every week. I think that's where I've been saying for a while now a mid-card title comes into play. Because you get people like Meechin, Candice LeRae, Piper Niven, Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green, all them You get them in those spots and you elevate, and mid card titles like the Intercontinental title, U.S. title has elevated people's careers like Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Eddie Guerrero, etc. You can go on and on with people that it's elevated them into a world title scene. A tag title doesn't really do that for them, in my opinion. It did that for the Hardys, but after the Hardys broke up tag team, they were singles guys, and Jeff, he was a mid card. He was always in the mid card before he came to the world title scene. So, that's where I think the mid card championships for the women's division comes into play there. But, Triple H, finally, I'm gonna talk about the Triple H announcement. After I get done talking about Raw, because it's a big, big thing to talk about. But Raquel, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair face Damage Control. Io Sky is facing Bianca at Backlash. Love to see it. I thought it was a pretty decent match. It was fun, but of course Damage Control ended up with the loss. Not really a fan of Damage Control keep losing, but I think that's where it's gonna end, where Damage Control ends, and it's not gonna be fun for them. But it is what it is. Austin Theory came out talking about pretty much how he didn't get to pick his opponents, which I was like, okay, cool, weird. But Bobby came out. Bobby suggested a match, which I don't blame the guy. Every time he's had a shot at the title, he's been screwed. And then Bobby and Theory pretty much came out, and then Bronson Reed came out, and then Theory and Bronson took out Bobby, which I wanted it just to be Bobby and Bronson at Backlash, but now that he added Theory into the mix, makes me want to see Bronson win the U.S. title. I'm just gonna be a huge fan of that, going right into Backlash with Bronson Reed. That's gonna be my pick, is Bronson Reed. And if Theory does win, then he wins, I guess. Chad Gable versus Mustafa Ali. Honestly, one of the underrated matches of the night. Mustafa and Chad Gable, great in the ring. I love what they do. As we get more in the draft, we still wonder if Otis and Chad Gable get split up, which I think they should. I think it's the right idea for them to get split up. It's one of those things where I think Otis would thrive more with the Maximum Male Models, and Chad Gable would thrive more if the Creeds potentially went up. And, Chad Gable will be the singles guy, and the Creeds will be their, the backup guys, like for tag division and all that. I would love to see it. But Mustafa came up with the win, shockingly, in his hometown, Chicago, but I thought it was interesting and all that, but not really happy that he won, because, I'm a Chad Gable fan here, so. The next match was Cody Rhodes versus Finn Balor, of course, bringing bangers for them, too. Cody Rhodes, of course, ended up with the win, though. I thought the match was fun. I feel like a lot of the matches on Raw were fun to watch, like Damian Priest and Rey Mysterio. Always fun matches to watch in the main event. But Seth Rollins, and I gotta say something about Seth Rollins here. Seth Rollins really is really, really good. If you have not known, he's really good. Because Monday Night Raw, he single-handedly made the Omos Seth match from nothing to, this could be a little interesting rivalry we go here. He single-handedly made it into where you can put a potential rivalry. Like, I'm already seated for the match. Because one of the things you're going to be looking for is if Seth Rollins can stomp Omos' head in the ground. That's one thing, and he already has his shot. Seth has already got his eye on the world title, the new world title that the Triple H announced earlier on in the night. So Seth Rollins, he's just that goddamn good. Rey Mysterio, Damian Priest main event. Damian Priest ended with the win. I thought it was fun to see Damian Priest back in the main event scene, because I think he is really good or underrated at that point. Rey Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, he is. I've came to the conclusion when it comes to Rey Mysterio, if you need younger guys to get elevated to either a heel spot or a babyface spot, Rey's the guy. Because if you look at the past year, he has elevated Rey, or he's elevated Damian, Finn, Rhea, Dom, LWO. He already lost to Solo Sikoa and Theory. If you need a guy to get like major heat or major like pop, he can elevate people. And with this whole Cena thing, and they wanted Cena to elevate Theory. It didn't elevate Theory after WrestleMania because it felt back. I feel like Theory took a step back, and I feel like it's mostly Cena's fault for that. But I feel like Rey, the night after WrestleMania, kind of helped it a little bit, having a great match with Theory, of course. But Rey, he's just one of those guys. If you need to elevate somebody, if you need a guy to be babyface, you need a guy to be heel. Rey's the perfect guy to do that thing with, because Rey is so loved. If someone turns on him, they're gonna hate him. Look at Dom right now. That man gets more heat than fucking. He gets more heat than Arizona fucking floors. It's crazy. But Bad Bunny took out Damian Priest after Damian's tried to put right through the table. Backlash, we're getting a street fight, Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny. My honest thoughts about it, I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know how many other people that don't enjoy celebrities coming in for matches, but Bad Bunny, he also trains and is a fan of it, so I don't have a problem with it. It's just one of those. I think it's gonna be really fun to watch a street fight in Puerto Rico. So, but I got a quick question that I have been seeing on social media, because I have been seeing if Theory has been over pushed as a superstar, or if he's overrated, or if they've exposed Solo. Quick answer to that is no. They have not. They have not over. Solo's not overrated, and he's surely not exposed. What are you gonna expose him to? What are you gonna expose him to? Nothing. Or they say he can't. His character is not there. Well, his character is supposed to be the enforcer. He's supposed to be quiet and take out people. I feel like that Solo has got him to where he is now, where he's just coming in, kicking ass, and leaving. And then when he talks, you're gonna get popped for it. Solo's character right now is perfect for him, in my opinion. And I feel like that's where Paul Heyman comes into play. I feel like after Roman's gone, Paul will go to Solo, and I feel like that'd be really, really good, because you got to think what's gonna happen to Paul after Roman leaves. Once Roman's gone, who does Paul have? We don't know if he's gonna retire. Is he gonna go to a new guy? Solo's the perfect new guy for Paul. And as much as Paul's been around Solo, I'm just saying it'd be pretty good. Another thing here with the World Heavyweight Championship. Triple H has announced that they will be bringing in a new World Heavyweight title. I am stoked for it. I am happy for it. It'll be either wherever Roman gets drafted to, the other brand will have the world title. I love the design as much as people hate on the design. I love the design with the big old W in the middle. If you hated that title below the spinner belt, then you should probably check your thoughts and opinions on something. Because guess what? The spinner belt had W right in the middle of it too. So, and I feel like with the big gold belt now, the newer gold belt, I feel like they did the right decision with going with a new design for the title, because they retired that gold belt 10 years ago. Like, legendary wrestlers have held it, but they kept the name the World Heavyweight title. So they're still keeping the name, so you still get that, nostalgia from all the world titles. It's just a new design. At some point, you need a new design for everything. So, I love the title of the person I think that should win it, though. I think Seth Rollins should be the perfect person to win it. Like I was saying earlier, he made the Omos thing from just a not gonna care about it to I'm gonna watch to see what happens here. And with you can say like Bobby, Cody, Drew, Sheamus, whoever. First off, Cody Rhodes, he should be going after Roman to finish his story. Seth Rollins, he should be going after the world title. End of discussion. If he wins that world title, it's just gonna help him more. And if people say it's a consolation prize, so because no one can beat Roman, I'm sorry, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. With the whole thing of if Cody would have won, we would never had this issue. They would have still someone had that issue because Cody would have to come out and take the title off of him. And I feel like you take the undisputed title, and Triple H has been wanting to get rid of the Universal title, so it's perfect. You put the world title, the WWE title, and the Universal title. You put together as the undisputed world title, the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, right there, and you make a new belt out of that one, and then the world title, you got the world title over there. But it's not a consolation prize. It's for so we can actually see world title defenses every month instead of seeing Roman on a show once every 2 months. It's so we see more of world championships, more championship matches on Raw, more championship matches on SmackDown, wherever they go, more championship matches at Money to Bank pay-per-views. Money to Bank cash-ins will fit more. More storylines, more bigger stars getting involved, so they don't got to go after the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title. Because, Bobby, Drew, Sheamus, Gunther, they're all main event talents. But they had to go after mid-card titles because Roman has both belts. So, it's just perfect saying for that. So, I think Seth Rollins should win that world title. Nothing really much I got to say on that part, but we're going to get right into some NXT action because a lot of stuff happened on NXT.